Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's May 21st, 2016. The Preakness, the second leg of the potential Triple Crown's about to happen. There's a lot going on in the news, the NBA playoffs. We're approaching the NBA Finals. I'm going to touch on all that and more in this video. I'm going to show you how all of these topics are interconnected. We're even going to talk about the recent sale of Tupac Shakur's Hummer. So check this out. This is from the Washington Post. This is just the other day. Since February, I've been saying we need to look out for the date May 23rd this year. There seems to be a lot of foreshadowing for May 23rd, 2016. Now here on May 18th, the Washington Post writes this strange article. Here's the 523-year-old letter Christopher Columbus wrote after reaching the Americas. So 523. Doesn't that look an awful lot like the date 5/23 for May 23rd, the number that they keep hinting at? What are the odds of getting this just days before? This article came out on May 18th. It's a leap year. May 18th was the 139th day of the year. That's a number connected to Freemasonry. Also the name Christopher. Christopher equals 139. We get this story on the 139th day of the year. The name Columbus has gematria of 106, just like the word prophecy. The book that I'm nearly finished with, it's all about how the United States, since the very beginning, was established based on the book of Revelation, the book of prophecy, and how this nation and other Western powers have been used as a tool to essentially bring about the prophecy of Revelation, having to do with Israel and more. These numbers of great significance, numbers that show up in a big way all throughout American history and more. 106 and 139. Israel was established on a date with 106 numerology. In Jewish history, it's known as a date of prophecy. The name Philadelphia, the original capital of the United States, comes from Revelation in the Bible. Think about it, the first capital from Revelation, the book of prophecy. Last year, on May 12th, there was a train wreck in Philadelphia traveling 106 miles per hour. This year, there was another train wreck on April 3rd, also traveling 106 miles per hour. The number of prophecy in Philadelphia coming from the book of Revelation. With regards to Christopher Columbus, he was sent on his voyage, paid for by the Catholic Church. He was Jewish. Of course, his real name isn't Christopher Columbus, but that's how we know it in our history books. A Jewish man sent by the Catholic Church. And if you go back deep enough into history, it becomes clear that the Catholic Church was once established by the Jews as a form of controlled opposition within Christianity. If you look over the years, Catholicism has changed Christianity. It's changed the date of worship and more. Roman Catholicism, gematria of 74. Masonic, gematria of 74. Jewish, gematria of 74. Think about this nation's birthday, 7/4, July 4th. The Zionist state of Israel established in the year 47. The reflection is 74. So again, we're in a special year. May 23rd seems to be a special date this year. Now, here's something I was talking about on September 23rd. I was talking about how the May 12th Philadelphia train wreck, which supposedly happened at 9:23 p.m., had a lot of connections to September 23rd, upcoming 2015. September 23rd, 2015 was the date of the new year for the French Revolutionary calendar, also known as the French Republican calendar. Both the words France and Republican have gematria of 47, special number. So anyway, September 23rd, New Year's Day, French Revolutionary calendar. That date can be written 23/9 as it would be in France. From September 23rd until May 19th was 239 days. Also a span of 7 months and 26 days. Revelation in English gematria equals 726, the book of prophecy. 239 is very special to the Jewish faith. Torah equals 239. The Jewish faith believes the Messiah will arrive through the Golden Gate. Golden Gate equals 239. Think about the Golden Gate Bridge in this nation. Last year, there was a plane wreck, German wings, and the pilot blamed for it. They showed a picture of him all year in front of the Golden Gate Bridge. So anyway, from September 23rd to May 19th, 239 days, this is the date that the flight departing from Paris, France, disappeared while traveling to Cairo, Egypt. That was flight 804. The Malaysian plane that disappeared March 8th, 2014, was exactly 804 days earlier. That plane had 239 people on board reportedly. This number, 239. The plane that just disappeared coming out of Paris, France, it left at the time of 11:09 p.m., 11:09 reminding you of 9/11, but that's also military time, 23:09, a lot like 239. Zero doesn't count in numerology. So think about it. All year talking about how significant these numbers are, how they keep getting coded, how September 23rd was a measuring date. A lot of people saying the world was going to end that day. What have I been saying all this time? That day, it's going to be very important. Something big might happen on it. If not, it will be used as a measuring date going forward. And it has all year. The United States of America is currently 239 years old. The American Revolution, it began in 1776, right? After declaring independence on July 4th, 7-4. The Bavarian Illuminati was established May 1st, 1776, just months before that. At the end of the American Revolution came the French Revolution. Right when the American Revolution ended, the French Revolution began. These revolutions very much connected, Masonic nations, red, white, and blue flags. The United States is currently 239 years old, an important overlap. On the date that Flight 804 disappeared, if you write out 84 in gematria, it sums to 804 in the English format. 84, 804. United States of America equals 84. On this same day, Morley Safer of CBS 60 Minutes died at age 84. I did a video yesterday showing how he died by the numbers. Just think about all these tributes and why it landed on this day, 239 days after September 23rd, when the nation's 239 years old, and this connection between France and America. Now check this out. If you don't follow my channel, you're not going to understand this as well, but I'm going to explain it so it makes sense. This calendar that began September 23rd, 2015 with the new year, French Republican calendar equals 213. 213 is a number that's connected to February 13th. I've done several videos this year showing the overlap between 213 and February 13th. From February 13th until May 19th is a span of 96 days. 96 days. The word Freemason equals 96. Again, it is the Freemasons, the Jews, who are responsible for this and have been all throughout history. They've created this calendar system. They've created this English language. It's all part of something that they have been building and planning, working from the book of Revelation, the book of prophecy, and building ever since. Where did I put this at? French Revolutionary Calendar, the other name for this calendar, has gematria of 307. This is its alternate name. This number also connects to Freemason and Jewish gematria. 307, French Revolutionary Calendar. See how this all syncs up? And then from February 13th to March 19th, 96 days. I hope this is all making sense. What I am trying to explain is that news is scripted. It is scripted according to numerology, gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, and also using the calendar. Remember, Freemasonry equals 58. Gregorian equals 58. Calendar equals 58. We're on the Gregorian calendar system. It's all a big Freemason show. And this is why this event happened on this very specific date, May 19th. May 19th is typically the 139th day of the year. The word Freemasonry, the big way, equals 139. Now check this out. I did a video before any of the races happened saying why Nyquist will likely win the Triple Crown. I showed that based off of last year's Triple Crown winner, American Pharaoh. And when I made that video, I overlooked something huge. Nyquist is named after something called the Nyquist frequency. Look at the gematria of Nyquist frequency. 239. The United States is currently 239 years old. I will be super surprised if this horse does not become the 13th Triple Crown winner. It seems in the bag. Nyquist frequency. Nyquist today has 3 to 5 odds, meaning if you bet $50, you'll win 30. Nyquist and gematria equals 35, a lot like 3 to 5. We saw the same thing with American Pharaoh last year in the odds. When you write out 35, it sums to 142. Today's race, May 21st, because it's the leap year, is the 142nd day of the year. The horse just won the 142nd Kentucky Derby. Today's date also happens to have 42 numerology, which connects to 142. But this is truly how it's all scripted, from missing planes to winning Triple Crown horses. It's all a rigged game. It's all based on lies and deception. The way you guarantee a horse wins is by putting it in a field that can't compete. I was saying this last year for American Pharaoh. It was even more clear for American Pharaoh last year, but things really fall into place for Nyquist. Now here, the Golden State Warriors. Last year I explained how they were connected to the Philadelphia train prophecy. The Warriors are originally from Philadelphia. They won the first NBA championship in 1947, that special year. They're now in Golden State. They used to be the Philadelphia Warriors. They're now the Golden State Warriors. This year, Steph Curry, he set a record, the first player to make 400 three-pointers in a season. He did it on the last day, a very special day. You might recall I did a video on this as well. Steph Curry and his teammate combined for 678 three-pointers. More than a lot of other teams, a new NBA record for 2 players. Also on that same date, Kobe Bryant retired exactly 678 weeks after Michael Jordan, who finished his career against the Philadelphia 76ers. Kobe, born in Philadelphia, his father, Joe Jellybean Bryant, was drafted by the Golden State Warriors 41 years earlier. Golden State equals 41, Kobe Bryant equals 41. It's the 13th prime. Kobe finished his career the same day the Golden State Warriors set the win record. They did it against the Memphis Grizzlies. It was all part of a big synced up web of numbers. But anyway, all that aside, Steph Curry set the individual mark, first player to hit more than 400 three-pointers. I want to show you what's up with what he did. Check this out. The NBA three-point field goal at its longest distance is 23 feet 9 inches. 23 feet 9 inches. Again, 239 is a very special number to the Jews. Torah equals 239. Golden Gate equals 239. Think about the Golden Gate Bridge not far from Oakland. Oakland equals 58 like Freemasonry. Anyway, Steph Curry in the 239th year of the nation's existence has set this incredible three-point record with the top, distance of it being 23 feet 9 inches. The reason this is all so is because the Masons and the Zionists have been doing this all this time. All of the sports fields, boxing rings, everything. It's all measured to specific numbers. We live in a Freemason Jewish creation, truly. This world that has been built around us. Here's the gematria of those words. If you've never seen my work on Abdul-Baha, leader of the Baha'i faith, he came to the United States just before World War I for exactly 239 days. The Baha'i faith is based in Israel, just like the Jews. In Chicago, in the United States, the Baha'is have their strongest presence in Chicago. Zionism, very strong in Chicago. Ram Israel Emanuel, the mayor of that city. Major parallels between the Baha'is and the Jews. Abdul-Baha in Jewish gematria also equals 239. He came to the United States for exactly 239 days before World War I, warning people about peace. Last year, the Pope, Jews and the Catholic Church also connected, he came on September 23rd talking about similar things. He departed through Philadelphia. So with regards to the Warriors in 239, earlier this year on February 28th, they played the Oklahoma City Thunder. They won 121 to 118. They won with a late three by Curry. Warriors in gematria equals 121, so does Revelation. Warriors from Philadelphia. Philadelphia from Revelation. Revelation, Warriors, 121. Curry had a big game, 46 points. But they combined for 239 points in this game on the date of February 28th, which can be written 2/28. United States of America equals 228. A lot like the date. The nation's 239 years old. These teams combined for 239 points. They're now meeting in the Western Conference Finals. I made a video on this at the time, and I said, remember, should this happen, should this be the Western Conference Finals, remember these games. These are special games, special numbers. Stuff I've been talking about all year. Switch it up a little bit. Here's a headline. Tupac's Hummer sells for more than $300,000. And if you read the article, it sold for the price of $337,114. It sold on Thursday, which was May 19th. And what's special about May 19th? May 19th, typically the 139th day of the year. Tupac Shakur died September 13th, which can be written 13/9. A lot like 139. Freemasonry equals 139. Tupac Shakur equals 139. His mother was a Black Panther. Black Panthers were Masonic-controlled opposition created for part of their ongoing agenda. It's all about divide and conquer with the Masons, order through chaos. Tupac, born into this Masonic tradition through his mother. Most of the celebrities that we know, sports, politics, movies, they're born into these Masonic-connected families. Tupac killed in the year 96. Freemason equals 96. Here's what else is up with this selling price, I think. Hummer's a word with 33 gematria like Shakur. But here's what's up with this selling price, I think. 337,000, that's the 68th prime number. 68, a number connected to death in a big way. Caskets go 6 feet deep, are typically 8 feet long. In 68, Martin Luther King Jr. assassinated. Bobby Kennedy assassinated. Both men dead by the numbers. At the end of the Tupac song, Picture Me Rollin', off All Eyes on Me, which released on February 13th, Tupac died exactly 213 days later. You know what we just talked about in the beginning of the video with what was coded into the calendar? February 13th, 213. Tupac's album released February 13th, the 44th day of the year. He died 213 days later. Anyway, at the end of the song Picture Me Rollin', which anybody can look up right now, all you got to do is type in Tupac, Picture Me Rollin'. You can just skip to the end of the song if it's streaming. Listen to the final 10 seconds. Tupac says, when I'm gone, just think of me. Picture me rolling. You know? In so many songs, he told his fans what was coming. Just like Martin Luther King Jr., the last day of his life. Said he wasn't going to be around much longer. His last speech given at Mason Temple, by the numbers. Numbers we've talked about in this video. Here's another headline I see up right now that has my curiosity picked. 12-year-old girl dies after tug-of-war game at Pell City, Alabama school. Look at this. Pell City, tug-of-war, and the reason I wrote field day is because if you read the article, she died playing tug-of-war at field day. All gematria of 39. In the Old Testament of the Bible, which Revelation's based on, we're talking about Revelation and prophecy, based on the 39 books of the Old Testament, 39 signers on the Constitution in the United States. James Madison made 39 proposals on a date with 39 numerology that became the Bill of Rights. Madison equals 39. Think about the Bible, laws, governing. Anyway, all this 39 coded. They say the girl's 12. The numerology of 39 is 3 plus 9 equals 12. 12 has to do with complete. She's supposedly dead at age 12. Look at what's in this story, though. Look at what dates are up here. Field Day, May 19th. Okay, we know how May 19th is connected. Freemasonry, we just had Flight 804 disappear. Morley Safer die. And then the other date they put up here is May 23rd, and they're calling that Honors Day. So it's like, okay, here's the date I'm looking at, and it's in this story. And Honors Day happens to have gematria of 119 and 47, numbers that are coded into many news stories because it's the Masons and the Jews doing this. Star of David, very important symbol to the Zionist state of Israel as well as the Masons. It's older than Israel. Gematria of 119 and 47. What else stands out about tug-of-war is this. In simple English gematria, it sums to 111. In English gematria, 666. New York also has this gematria. New York, always significant. Something about this reminds me of what's going on with politics. I'm thinking about Hillary, the female angle. Hillary Clinton being a senator in New York. The name Clinton coming from the original governors of New York. George Clinton was the vice president to Madison. Something up here with this coded story coming out of Alabama. I'm quite certain nothing happened to a 12-year-old girl. I'm also quite certain this is scripted propaganda for whatever they have planned for May 23rd. This is another clue coming out of Alabama. Also this morning, first images of debris from the flight. More Freemason coding. First images of debris equals 96 like Freemason, something that they always code in the headlines. Today has 42 numerology. Freemason the small way equals 42. If you sum the divisors of 42, it sums to 96. Special numbers. And again, in case you missed my video yesterday on Obama, Obama's going to be in Vietnam on May 23rd. Vietnam equals 84. Vietnam, home of the plus 84 dialing code. Also, think about Vietnam in the United States. We once started a war there based on a false flag. Obama's going there to talk about the OPP. We'll close with this with the 84s. Obama, Flight 804, and May 19th being seemingly connected to May 23rd. Remember, if you write out 84, it sums to 804 in English gematria. We're talking about Flight 804 that disappeared 804 days after the Malaysian Airlines. Think about the Malaysian Airlines, Asia, Obama traveling to an Asian nation for May 23rd. Asian has the gematria of 44. Obama, the 44th president. The divisors of 44 sum to 84. 44 and 84 even have a relationship. Now check this out. Obama in Jewish gematria equals 84. And so does the word bomb. Right now they're saying a bomb probably took down Flight 804. Remember, there's no such thing as Flight 804. This is all propaganda, part of a fake narrative. And what people still don't understand today is that on September 11th, 2001, there were no planes involved. The only planes people saw were on TV screens that were CGI, part of the major duping of that date. If you think I am wrong, here's what you have to prove. First, you need to go watch the film September Clues, which has taken all of the original news footage of that day, and they show how the original graphics of the plane showing fly all the way through the building, coming out intact. Something completely impossible, proof that the first graphics used were duping delight. Here's what else you have to prove. Where the plane crashed in Pennsylvania, where is the plane wreckage? There's no plane there. At the Pentagon, there is no evidence that a commercial plane hit the building, and the same is true in New York. Fiberglass planes, wings cannot melt into steel and concrete as they did on 9/11. The reason they did is because they were computer graphic images. The only things that were used that day were special effects and bombs. That's the truth. And if you watch the original news footage, you'll see that all the news anchors are only reporting that bombs are going off in the building. There's nothing about planes. Go look at the lobby of the World Trade Centers. They're all blown up and destructed. All of this information is out there. To ignore it is to ignore the truth of this world and to go along with a lie. Think about it. That's why they continue to use planes. That's why they keep making up shit with planes. It's all part of, the way they're duping us. They obviously have a stranglehold on, when I say they, I mean the Masons and Jews. They obviously have a stranglehold on airlines just as they do government and media. They use the things they have to dupe us. Their sports leagues, their papers, their TV stations. Just unbelievable, So I really hope people are able to put it together. A lot of people, I just got a comment the other day about, you're one of those idiots that thought something was going to happen on September 23rd. I get a comment like that once a week. And that's not true. If you go back and look at everything I was saying they either got something big planned for September 23rd or it's going to be an important date going forward. This year, ever since, we've seen how it's all come together, All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.